Damage done by summer flooding is still visible in Rock Valley, Iowa.
KTIV's community impact reporter Taylor Decker takes us inside the town's boarded up library and shares more about plans for the library to continue serving its community in a new temporary location.
Two-year-old Aubrey Zavenbergen of Rock Valley loved to visit the old Rock Valley Library.
What's the matter with the library?
Broken.
It's broken.
I took her there and there were no doors, everything was out of there, and she's like, oh, broken, they've got to fix it.
But June flooding took over the shelves, destroying books and everything else in its path.
Anything here down was wet.
Library director Nicole McRae is rebuilding the book collection from the ground up after losing over 40,000 books. The library is now in a new temporary space on 14th Street.
We actually have almost 10,000 books from our original collection, which is pretty exciting and just a huge testament to how many materials are out circulating our community.
Although she never asked for it, book donations came in by the truckload.
Had people calling me from Denver and Illinois. I would guess well over 100,000 books came through here.
McRae doesn't know when the temporary library can open because there's a long list of things left to do.
Putting spine labels on it and wrapping those books, and so each book is taking at least 10 minutes.
They hope to open the library soon with a deadline of December if all things go to plan.
Books in the library don't make it the library. It's also the people have to be there too.
As for Audrey, she was invited to visit the new space on Wednesday. This happy 2-year-old who took on a challenge to read 1,000 books got to turn in her reading sheet. That earned her her first book back from the new Rock Valley Library.
Drove up and she's like, what is this? And she's like, is this a library? They've got toys for me. And she was just so excited.
It still doesn't feel like a library. It just feels like a room and a space of books until the people come.
In Rock Valley, Taylor Deckert, KTIV News 4.
And although the library isn't taking any more book donations, monetary donations are welcome. On the opening day, the library will have a book sale to try and sell all of the extra books that were brought in. There was a fundraiser coming up November 15th, Pizza, Puzzles, and Pop at Trinity Lutheran Reformed Church. You can visit KTIV.com for the details.
You have a chance to help the Rock Valley Library buy new books to replace the ones they lost. In fact, you can also get a sneak peek inside the temporary library space thanks to a unique fundraiser. A generous donor gave the library a mega light bright. The public can come in and donate $20 per peg and put the peg in the light bright. Donors can also buy several pegs to create a design. When all the holes are filled, this project will have raised $26,500.
We are recommending to people that they do a peg per child or per person in their family, or if they want to make a design of some kind in it, that they can, multiply $20 by however many pegs it takes to make their design, whether that's for their family, their classroom, like a classroom fundraiser, or some type of small group, book club, if they want to contribute.
To contribute, you can come by the new space any weekday from 4 to 5 p.m. or on Wednesday afternoons after 1 p.m. You can also mail a check. We've got the address inside the story at KTIV.com.